everyone, I'm Sharlene from So Dressmaking, and today I am going to talk you through some of my spring-summer sewing plans. So I will link my blog post below, my original blog post, just talking about how I really find spring-summer fashion in general, it's just not my favourite. I definitely prefer autumn-winter. I find it so much easier to just style things together and come up with nice outfits and all that sort of stuff. So I would usually struggle with spring summer, and I just don't really feel that my wardrobe has ever kind of worked together in a way that I would like it to. So I really want to focus on that this year and come up with some really clear plans on what I am going to be sewing and what I want to make. Last year I just sort of was sewing anything, any kind of prints or colours that caught my eye I was just going for, but nothing kind of worked really well together. So I am going to really focus on separates this year now, I've decided, because obviously dresses, it's easy to make a dress and that's it, it'll go with anything. But when it comes to pairing trousers and tops, I struggle with what I have in my wardrobe at the minute. I have a lot of tops that I don't really have a bottom to match with, and the same bottoms that I don't really have a top to match with, so I really want to focus on that and find styles of both that really work for me as well. So the first thing I have really looked into are my colour palettes. So what I like to do is keep samples of all my fabrics, so I just take a wee clip-in from them and hold on to them. And what I have done here is I actually have two different colour palettes on wee safety pins, so it's handy then, I mean, if you have all your fabrics on a safety pin like this and you're going shopping or whatever and you need to match thread, it's handy just to have a wee safety pin to grab, and then you can match it up. So after my last blog post, I reorganised my fabric stash and got it all organised by colour, and I could see that from what I had already there was a lot of these sorts of tones, so lots of blues, lilacs, greys, and yeah, so this is mostly what I have in my stash at the minute, and I do really like all these together and how they work, so I figured this is probably a good place to start. There's plenty of options here for tops and bottoms as well, so so this here is my first colour palette, and there's a lot of things here as well, like so this blue is my utility trousers, so I have those bottoms already that I know I can work into my wardrobe. I've got my Suki dress in this and another kabuki t-shirt to cut out ready to sew. So yeah, a lot of these I already have either plans for or I have them made up. Still trying to decide what to do with this navy tencel bark. But yeah, so this here is my first colour palette. The only thing I really want to add into this is more like large gingham checks, so probably navy. Black's quite hard to find, but I'm looking for some really big, like 1-2 inch square gingham to make a few different dresses and tops. I'll pop a few inspiration images up of what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm on the look for that, and apart from that, I mean, I don't really need anything else to add to this colour palette. I have everything kind of that I would need here for that. So then the other colour palette, which is probably my favourite, and it would be more what the colours that I would lean to, so it's all these sorts of pinks and greens and then bits of black and white thrown in as well. So this here is the Cali shirt that I made last week, the fabric from it, and these really are the colours that have kind of inspired me, along with the new Atelier Brunette collection. I'll pop a wee image up if you haven't seen it yet. It has a lot of these sort of dusky pinks and greens and mustards in it, and they're really lovely, some really nice prints. So I am looking to these colours. This is really the collection that I would need to add to. So I don't have a lot of the paler pinks and the darker greens, so the likes of like a khaki green, I actually don't have a lot of it in my wardrobe either. I've maybe only got about 3 or 4 pieces, and it would be one of my favourite colours to wear. So I definitely want to get a few pairs of trousers made. in that sort of a khaki colour, because I think they would go really well then with a lot of the, like with these, or with any of the pale pinks and those sorts of shades, and then the black and whites as well. So obviously we have gingham here again. I really am liking the big gingham checks this year again, and they were quite big last year too. So yeah, these are the colours that I don't have a lot of. Really what I want to be adding to this are the greens and paler pinks, and I quite like them mixed in with these more like browny pinky tones as well, more earthy tones. So this is my second colour collection. So once I had those two like colour palettes in mind, I found it easier then to actually try and decide what garments I wanted to make, trying to look for fabrics, because even when it was coming to picking like blog posts that were coming up or blog makes that were coming up, I couldn't focus on what it was that I wanted to make, or what sort of fabrics it was that I wanted to buy apart from that. So really happy that I got those two colour palettes sorted. And then, so what I want to focus on making, as I've already said, is tops and bottoms. So I definitely want to make like a summer suit. So as I said in my weekly planning episode this week, I have got the new Homer & Howell's Blair jacket pattern. So it can be a crop jacket, a longer sort of mid-thigh jacket, or it can be made in a lighter fabric and then as a shirt dress. So there are loads of options there, so it'll be a really great pattern for me to work with. I definitely want to use that and try to get like a longer short pattern. The minute my options are, so these ones that I'm wearing, the utility trousers, I'm actually thinking they could be quite nice cropped, sort of around like sort of knee length, not too short. I'll pop a wee image up of a few that I like. So I'm thinking those, or the closet case picture pants. Obviously I've made the Winslow cloths recently and I really like them, so I definitely want to make a few more pairs of them because they're so perfect for summer. And then I wouldn't mind trying the Megan Nielsen Flint, so they come in the shorts or trousers. I would probably do the same again, lengthen the shorts. The style that I'm going for with the trousers and shorts is that higher waist, slightly more tailored or pleated look. I think aside from this, the only other trousers that I want to focus on are jeans, obviously. So I have my Megan Nielsen Dawn jeans that I'm working on at the minute, and hopefully they'll be finished at some point this summer, because obviously it's not overly warm here during the summer. I kind of feel like we're getting our summer a bit early this year. I don't know what it's going to be like during the warmer months. So yeah, so those are the trousers that I'm focusing on. So in terms of tops that I want to make, definitely would like to make a few more of these kabuki tees. I just love the overall shape of them. They're loose and floaty, and they have the really cool design lines with the sleeves. So definitely want to make a few more of them. I would like to make a few more wrap tops as well. So I'm thinking the By Hand London Hannah wrap top and the sequence wrap top as well by Paper Cut Patterns. I've obviously already made that, but I would like to maybe try and like crop it a wee bit possibly, with then those really thick ties, or else maybe use those ties on the By Hand London Hannah top. I don't know, so we'll maybe definitely want to play around with the two of them. And then I might try making a few more. I have my Adriana top hack that I'm going to do as well, so a few different tops. I know kind of what style I'm going to go for in terms of that. And yeah, then it really is just working on the bottom options. I think that's probably going to be my main focus, and then hopefully throw in a few blazers and stuff too. And for dress patterns, I really want to try the Lowest dress by City, and that's probably it. Obviously I have all my trend patterns ones that I'm doing at the minute. The Bias t-shirt dress that I'm working on, I definitely want to try making one of those in a contrasting fabric so that you can really see that lovely panel detail on it. And yeah, so that really does round up what I'm focusing on for my spring summer collections, I'm calling them. They're not going to be capsule wardrobes because there's just too much in them. So yeah, that is it. You okay?
Yeah.
5 more minutes please. So I know a few other people have been struggling with their sort of spring summer wardrobes, so I hope this will help some of you who have also been struggling with your like spring summer sewing plans. I think with the current pandemic and everything as well, it probably is, we're not in our normal lifestyles as well, so things are a wee bit different. For me, obviously, I am not working in retail anymore, so I'm missing that buzz that comes with you know, the new seasons and the new collections and everything coming in, so I've probably missed out on that a wee bit. So yeah, the first thing I did after my last blog post was actually go on to some of my favourite high street stores and just have a wee look and see what they were bringing in, the sort of styles and shapes, and that did definitely help with my sort of motivation and my inspiration to decide what it was that I was going to focus on. So yeah, I hope this has helped some of you, and if you have any questions at all, just pop them down below and I'm happy to answer, or you can get me on my Instagram as well, at So Dressmaking. So I will maybe check back in about a month and let you know how I'm getting on with all these plans. I am hoping to do like a sort of wee vlog series as I go along, just with the different collections and how they're all coming together. So yeah, that's everything from me for now, and I hope you're all having a lovely day, and I'll chat to you soon. Bye!